Welcome to the Great Divorce Podcast, hosted by divorce financial analyst and retirement planning counselor Andrew Hatherley. Join Andrew and guest experts as they help late-life divorcees build the financial and mental foundation for a meaningful future. There is life after divorce. Now, on to the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Great Divorce Podcast. In this episode, I want to discuss the concept of the Divorce Chief Financial Officer. Let's call it the Divorce CFO. This is a term I use to describe the role that I play when working with clients going through mid to late life divorce. And today, I want to talk about why I think it's important that you speak to a divorce CFO before you speak to an attorney. I'll also discuss how the divorce CFO can help you during the divorce process and to offer you some tips on finding the right divorce CFO for your unique situation. I'm going to focus my comments today on the divorce chief financial officer working with you during your divorce, as opposed to the divorce financial planner who might work with you after the divorce has been settled. I'm going to discuss working with a financial advisor after divorce in a separate podcast episode in the new year, so look out for that. Before I begin, I want to direct you to my website, transcendretirement.net, because several of the resources that I'm going to mention today are on my website, including an overview of the 11 things to do now in divorce and all 55 episodes to date of the Gray Divorce Podcast. As I've mentioned more than a few times over the course of this podcast, I was unprepared for my divorce at age 52. Sadly, there was no amicable divorce network back in 2014, 2015, when I was going through my 9-month divorce. There was mediation and collaborative divorce, but these weren't an area of focus for my attorney, who was more focused on litigation. I do suggest you check out episode 5 of the Great Divorce Podcast, where I talked to the founder of the Amicable Divorce Network. Actually, it was episode 20 of the podcast, where I talked to Tracy Ann Moore Grant, the founder of the Amicable Divorce Network, all about how that process works. And in episode 5, I discussed alternatives to litigation with attorney Rebecca Miller. So, unfortunately, my divorce didn't work out that way. I ended up getting ground through the divorce industrial complex, a highly stressful experience, both financially and emotionally. And I was humbled by the fact that here I was, a financial advisor with an MBA and lots of credentials and 20 years experience, yet I was so hopelessly ignorant about a divorce process that would ultimately represent the largest financial transaction in my life. So after my divorce, I determined that the most value I could add would be to serve people, such as many of you listeners, who could learn from the mistakes that I made and benefit from some of the positives that came out of my divorce in terms of rebuilding both financially and personally. Your divorce settlement is the financial foundation for your new life after divorce. And that's why it's so important that you get the divorce settlement right, particularly if your divorce is coming later in life. Adding to the challenge is that emotions may be strained for both you and your soon-to-be ex. Anger, resentment, denial, fear, all these emotions work against your financial future and could result in costly mistakes that could affect your retirement, that could force you to work longer than you want and potentially re-enter the workforce in difficult circumstances. Divorce doesn't usually bring out the best in us. Conflict, regret, anxiety about the future, sadness, all of these can take a toll on us. And divorce professionals have coined the term divorce brain for the diminished state of mind that can lead to bad behavior and bad decisions. Divorce brain may result in not learning how the divorce process works in your state, letting your emotions override settlement negotiations, neglecting your physical and mental health, and maybe finding band-aids in alcohol, drugs, and promiscuity. Divorce brain can cause you to rush the divorce to, quote unquote, get it over quickly. It can cause you to want to save money and do it yourself. It can lead you to hire the wrong attorney and to fail to consult with divorce professionals in finance, emotional counseling, and lending and coaching. So a clear head is needed to navigate the stormy waters of divorce. And I've conducted dozens of workshops over the last 8 years. And the single most important piece of advice that I give is to educate yourself about the divorce process. The sooner, the better. And the simple fact that you're listening to this podcast confirms that you recognize this. And for that, congratulations. You're already taking a good first step forward. One issue I see all the time is that people make the terrible mistake of taking advice from friends or family who have no experience in divorce or do not understand the law. They may even have ulterior motives. This combination of bad advice and divorce brain can make a lethal cocktail for your future financial health. That's why hiring the right divorce professionals is key. Often, your first instinct will be to find an attorney. And you will need legal advice. I would never recommend going through divorce without seeking legal counsel. You need to understand all that you're legally entitled to according to the laws of your state, and you don't want to try to do it yourself. Would you try to do your own root canal or set your own broken arm? No. The only thing worse than divorce is having to relitigate it 10 years later because mistakes were made at the time. And I refer back to episode 26 of the podcast where I discussed the perils of do-it-yourself divorce with attorney Philip Spradling. You might want to check that out. So the bottom line, divorce is a legal process, but let's face it, it's really about money, which is why you need a divorce CFO. A caring, highly trained financial professional, the divorce CFO can help you avoid the financial landmines of divorce. Ideally, you would choose your divorce CFO as early as possible in the process. That way, you and your financial professional can work with your attorney to structure a settlement that's not only fair, but that sets a good financial foundation for the rest of your life. Often, divorcing people hire an attorney first, and the attorney, for whatever reason, chooses not to bring a financial professional on board as part of the divorce team. I've met a lot of attorneys, and as in any profession, they come in all shapes and sizes and varying levels of competency. But even the best legal mind is not trained in the financial aspects of divorce. Consider that it can actually be less expensive for you to bring a divorce CFO onto your team because simply we don't charge as much per hour as an attorney. Yes, hire an attorney at $400 or $500 an hour to handle the important legal aspects of your case. But have him or her work with a divorce CFO handling the financials at $200 or $250 an hour. You can see in this scenario how ultimately two professionals can be less than the price of one. If you are in the very early stages, an experienced divorce financial specialist will be able to provide you with attorney referrals based on your unique situation. For instance, you and your spouse may want to stay out of court, An experienced divorce CFO can refer you to settlement-minded attorneys who specialize in alternative processes such as amicable divorce, collaborative divorce, or mediation. The right attorney referral could end up saving you tens of thousands of dollars. On the other hand, the specifics of your divorce may require that you have a skilled trial attorney on your side. An experienced divorce CFO can refer you to a family law attorney best suited for your needs. So let's go over some of the key areas in which a divorce CFO can help you before and during the divorce process. And here's just a sample of the areas in which a divorce CFO can play a crucial role on your divorce team. First of all, helping you gather and organize essential documents and to work with your attorney to present these in a clear and comprehensive manner. Believe me, if you can present your financials to your attorney in a clear and organized way, the attorney is going to be very grateful and in a much better state of mind working with you when you're organized and taking the lead and putting the documents together. The divorce CFO can help you evaluate the value of your marital assets, such as real estate, retirement accounts, investments, and personal property. Importantly, help your attorney structure a tax-efficient settlement by analyzing how each asset will be taxed upon sale, which can result in you keeping more money for yourself and not giving it to Uncle Sam. The divorce CFO will help you review your temporary and post-divorce budgets as they relate to getting through the divorce process and spousal support, and analyze spousal support scenarios to determine what's fair and, more importantly, sustainable for you. They can help explain how support payments will impact your financial situation. The divorce CFO will highlight financial issues such as marital settlement language that can help you with mortgage financing after divorce. And I've had several interviews with certified divorce lending professionals on the podcast. Tammy Wallensek and Jennifer Brown come to mind. The divorce CFO will help you determine values of separate versus marital property. And this is typically done on big ticket items like homes that were purchased before the marriage or retirement accounts that were held before the marriage. We can help you disclose or discover undisclosed accounts. I can help you understand how different types of retirement plans like 401ks, 403bs, IRAs, Roths are treated differently in divorce. A good divorce CFO will help you with complicated stock options issues and RSUs. Review whether future spousal support income streams are insured against the potential death of the pair. The divorce CFO will help the attorney navigate the complicated rules relating to annuity division in divorce. Help you understand the valuation and division of pensions. And help you understand the implications of keeping or selling the primary family resident or investment real estate assets. Depending on the financial complexities of your situation, a good divorce CFO will help you find the right experts to save you money now and later. So other than the attorney, your team may include other experts like the aforementioned certified divorce lending professionals, divorce coaches, divorced real estate experts, appraisers, and therapists. It can be a challenge to find the right divorce CFO for your situation. The most important thing is to look for someone who relates to your values and whom you can trust. It's also important to find somebody who understands the nuances of divorce finances. A certified divorce financial analyst, and I am a CDFA and I'm on the board of advisors of the Institute for Divorce Financial Analysts, is a professional who specializes in the financial aspects of divorce. They're trained to help individuals and couples understand the short and long-term financial implications of divorce decisions. CDFAs hold specific expertise in analyzing the division of marital assets, calculating spousal child support scenarios, and ensuring that settlements are financially viable both immediately and in the future. But not all CDFAs are the same, and it's important for you to ask them the right questions. For instance, some CDFAs may not work with people during the divorce process at all and may have no experience working with people going through divorce. They may not do the core work of the CDFA that I just listed. They may simply have the designation and want to advise you after you receive money from the settlement. Some CDFAs, on the other hand, may only work with clients before and during the divorce. They may exclusively work with clients before and during the divorce and may refer you to a different financial advisor to work with you after the divorce. Other CDFAs, like myself, may have two separate businesses. I have, for instance, Wiser Divorce Solutions, in which I work with people before and during the divorce process, and another practice, Transcend Retirement, oriented towards financial planning and investment management after the divorce. But I always make it a point to tell the clients I work with in the divorce process that the work we do together in no way assumes or obliges that they work with me as a financial advisor after the divorce. In some cases, we will be a good fit to have a long-term financial advisory relationship after the divorce. But in other cases, they may already have a financial advisor who just doesn't know divorce stuff. Or I may even refer a different financial advisor if I see that we're not a good fit on the investment side. Many CDFAs specialize in working with a specific niche. Obviously, my niche is people going through emerging or gray divorce. Going through or emerging from gray divorce. CDFAs may be like attorneys in that some specialize in working in out-of-court solutions like mediation or amicable divorce, while others prefer to work supporting litigating attorneys. Some CDFAs may only work with women, and that may be because most CDFAs are women. Me, I'm an equal opportunity divorce CFO. I'll work with men or women. I'm just more concerned that you're a nice person to work with. Life is short. When interviewing a certified divorce financial analyst or CDFA to help with your divorce, some specific questions you should consider asking would be, how long have you been working as a CDFA? You probably want a professional with substantial experience in divorce-related financial planning issues. Ask them what is their professional background. Do they have expertise in areas such as tax law, investments, budgeting, or retirement planning? Ask them if they have experience with cases similar to yours. If your divorce involves complex issues like high-value assets, business ownership, restricted stock units, confirm their experience in these areas. Ask them how they work with other professionals, such as attorneys or mediators. As I've said many times in the podcast, a good CDFA collaborates seamlessly with legal teams and mediators, divorce lending professionals, therapists, coaches. Ask them what their fees are and how they're structured. Clarify if they charge an hourly rate, a flat fee, or a retainer. Ask them if they have additional costs for specific services like tax planning or retirement division analysis. Just understand you've got a full understanding of their pricing model. Clarify what documents or information that they will need from you, and understand what preparation is going to be required on your end. And importantly, ask them how they handle confidentiality, just to ensure that your financial information will be kept secure and private. Ultimately, it's up to you to find a divorce CFO with whom you are comfortable, someone you trust, and who meets your needs. If you'd like to chat to see if we might be a good fit to work together, I offer a limited number of 3 free 30-minute strategy sessions every month. Just shoot me an email at andrew@wiserdivorcesolutions.com. Until next time, we're headed into the holiday season. As of the recording of this podcast, we've just passed through Thanksgiving, and Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa just around the corner. Have a great holiday season, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of the Great Divorce Podcast. To learn more or get in contact with your host, you can visit Andrew's website at transcendretirement.net. Also, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks again for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Information provided is educational only and should not be construed as legal or tax advice. Each situation is unique and should be discussed with your tax or legal advisor prior to implementation. Andrew Hatherley is not an attorney and does not provide legal advice. Information provided is financial in nature. Advisory services offered through Hatherley Capital Management, LLC. Divorce financial analysis services offered through Wiser Divorce Solutions, an affiliated company.